I think the canals are mostly in like the west and the south of the country. Amsterdam, of course, has a lot of canals. Zeeland. Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have a virtual driving tour of, I believe it's Hoorn, Netherlands. Let me check here. No, Borne. Sorry, it's in Borne, which I don't know where Borne is. I'm going to go ahead and find out here. Pull up the handy dandy Google Maps. So Borne, Netherlands is where we're going to be checking out today. Okay, so it's in Overijssel. Okay, yeah, this is actually, yeah, I remember him saying it's close to the German border. Yeah, so I think this white spot here is the German border. So that's where he lives. And he wanted me to check out his city, his village. I don't know if it's a village or a city. But anyways, this guy has the luxury of being able to travel for his work. He's a truck driver. Over there, they call them lorries, I believe, or at least they do in England. I would assume. I don't know. I mean, the Netherlands might have a different name for it, but I know in Britain and stuff they call them lorries. Here we call them semis. But yeah, so that's a wonderful picture of him by his or him in his truck by a awesome windmill. And here's another one by a canal. But anyways, the topic of the video we're going to be checking out right here is Borne, January 6th, 2022, Centrum and Bornsche, Maten, Netherlands, which the channel is called Walk Around. You can check that out. There will be a link in the description section down below for that. I'm going to go ahead and translate this to English, and I'm pretty sure it's Central. Did it not do it? Hold on here. It's not translating for me. I'm going to go ahead and open this up into a new tab here. Oh, wait, no, Google Translate. Right here we go. Okay, Center and Bornsche, Maten. It didn't translate right. But anyways, it's Central Borne. I think that's the whole gist of it. So like I said, there will be a link in the description section down below for this original video. If you want to make a priority request for yourself or just support the channel, there's links down below. Hit like, hit subscribe, and shout out to you for the request. And we're going to go ahead and jump into it and take a virtual tour. You can hear the brick on the ground. Now, he said he lives at the 7-minute mark on the left-hand side. So I don't actually lose track of the time, I'm going to go ahead and check that out right quick. He lives over in here. So this is his actual street. That's beautiful. It looks a lot nicer than where I live, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, so we're going to go back to this part here and so yeah, so this is close to the German border, so I don't assume that there would be a ton of canals here. I think the canals are mostly in like the west and the south of the country. Amsterdam, of course, has a lot of canals. Zeeland. Yeah, so the trees and everything looks very much a lot like what I would have here in northern Indiana. But I've been hearing that the Netherlands is about 100 miles farther north on the latitude than where northern Indiana's at. Or at least that's what a lot of the comments said in the last video that I did. Because I'd asked, you know, I was wondering if the latitude was the same and everything, because it looks like, I mean, because the climate seems pretty similar to what we deal with here in northern Indiana. And of course, the foliage and all the trees and everything looks exactly like the same kind of landscape and like trees and stuff that we get here. Not landscape necessarily. I mean, it's similar because it's pretty flat here in Indiana where I'm at, and then in the northern part. But of course, there is hills and stuff. And depending on where you go, you know, the farther south you go here, there's certainly a lot more hilliness. And then in southern Indiana, not mountainous, but it's borderline mountainous, kind of like, would it be Limburg or Tilburg or something like that? That's got a lot of the mountain, like the hillsides and stuff like that down in the Netherlands. I guess southern Indiana is pretty similar to that, so very similar. But I guess it's 100 miles off on the latitude. So it would probably be more like closer to the latitude of like Indianapolis, Indiana. I think that's probably about 100 miles from where I'm at. Maybe a little south of Indianapolis. I love the architecture. I feel like I'm driving down the road really slowly, so I guess cycling down the road would be more accurate. Hey, they got solar panels up there. So there's not a lot of audio in this video, or any at all, actually, it seems. So I guess you just get to hear me ramble on the whole time, huh, guys? I feel like I'm better at doing reactions, you know, first time seeing something, you know, reacting, responding to it, more so than just playing out commentary. But we're going to give it a try here. I don't know anything about this area, so I can't really point anything out, like a guided tour or anything. Oh, is there no cycle path in this area? That's very strange for what I would assume the Netherlands would be. But I guess you could go on the sidewalk if you wanted, right? Or is that not allowed? Because see, here in the United States, you would actually have to be over here on the sidewalk. You wouldn't be allowed. I mean, I guess you'd be allowed, but most people don't do it. It annoys the cars and stuff, and they have to slow down for you and everything. And so most people would just go on the sidewalk on a bike. You can really hear something rattling. Maybe he's got something in the basket on the bike that's rattling because of the bricks. I really want a Dutch bike. They're hard to find here in the United States, and if you do find them, they're not cheap. Not cheap at all. But I really like that white one that was just there. I love the style. I'd rather have a black one personally, but if I had the money, I would definitely import one. But one of these days I might. There's a cycle path here in the United States, or here in Indiana, actually, that's, you don't see a lot of cycle paths, but there is one here that connects a few different towns, but the towns are miles and miles apart, but it follows along one of the highways here. Maybe I could do a video one day once it gets warmer out, kind of like this, and you know, and put a camera on my, you know, get a bike and put a camera on it. So one thing I have noticed a lot about the Netherlands and just Europe in general is the roof tiles. Like here we would mostly use shingles, which is made out of like tar and I don't know exactly. It's like tar and like little ground up bits of like rock or something, but it's just like real thin like roof tiles. Hey, there's an Albert Heijn. I've had food from the Albert Heijn that someone sent me. Stroopwafels and cruidnotens. Actually, I have some cruidnoten in the kitchen. But yeah, so in Europe, it looks like a lot of the roof tiles are made out of like a ceramic, which you don't see that a lot here in my area. You do in Southern California. I've never been there, but of course, you know, seeing videos and watching movies and stuff, they have a lot of those orange clay kind of tiles. Out in the desert, like, you know, Las Vegas and Utah and stuff like that, you would see that a lot, but it just seems like it's way more common in the Netherlands, or in just Europe in general. Now there's a nice looking church cathedral, church steeple. I'm not a religious person myself. I feel like I align more with agnostic. I'm not full-on atheists or anything. You know, atheists just purely science. There's nothing out there but us. You know, whatever. I do believe that there is definitely something out there beyond us. There's more of a higher power. There's gotta be, right? You know, the universe didn't just poof out of nothing. I just don't understand how that would happen. You know, and they say, okay, the Big Bang. Well, what happened before the Big Bang, right? So there's got to be something out there, but to align myself with one specific religious viewpoint is just not for me. So I align with agnosticism. Yeah, I love how it's cold. It's January 6th in this video, 2022, and there's people out doing stuff. You don't see that around here. But see, around here, everybody's dependent on bikes or on cars instead of bikes. So if anybody goes anywhere, they're in their car. You don't see anybody walking around so much. Hema. I've had stuff from Hema too. Is it Hema or Hema? I feel like it's Hema, right? Because if it's two E's, it's pronounced like a sound. So that would lead me to believe that the one E would be pronounced as like a E sound. I could be wrong. Let me know. You know, I have done some sort of, I've done reactions to videos like this before in the past where it's more like a driving tour or like a walking around a city tour. It's been a couple years though, but I should check out more of these. I did a walking tour. It was a food tour, like street food in Copenhagen, Denmark, and it was a Mark Wine's video. And that was pretty interesting to see what kind of food and everything that they eat over in Denmark and all that. Is that the same Albert Heijn? I think so. I think he came in from this side over here and then circled around. I mean, it could be a different Albert Heijn for sure, but it looked the same. It was there on the corner. See, there's another Dutch bike. There's a bunch of them. If it wasn't so expensive to have one imported, I would ask somebody to just send me one, but I don't expect anybody. That's a lot of money. I don't expect anybody to send me one, and I don't have the money to get one myself at the moment, but it'd be so cool. So is there not as many willow trees over here? Are willow trees actually more like, I see them more like by canals and waterways. So is willow trees more like a water tree, like it has to have a ton of water for willow trees? So of course I haven't seen any canals so far, but it is really close to the German border on this side. Okay, there's that church steeple again. It is interesting to see the bikes interacting with the vehicles. You don't see that so much around here. Oh, that's cool architecture with all those orange panels on the side. Is that the same steeple over there? Or is that a different one? There's a ton of churches over there though, so it could be a different one, huh? Oh, Lidl. Okay, yeah, he lives by the Lidl, I think he said. So yeah, it's over in this, maybe above it. That's pretty cool. There's Domino's, an American pizza company, of course. They're so much better than Pizza Hut, though. Papa John's is pretty good, too, to be fair. That plant looked almost tropical there. Hold on. Yeah, right there. What is that? I don't see those so much in my area necessarily. That looks tropical, but of course it's not. It can't be a tropical plant. There's some pine trees. We have a bunch of pine trees around here. Farther north, of course, you get more of them. Yeah, everything's brick. Around here, everything's made out of wood. Not everything. I mean, we do have brick houses and stuff, but it's more common to see wood with like a vinyl siding. They don't last that long. These ones here, some of these houses are probably a few hundred years old, I would assume. So yeah, if you enjoy my videos, consider subscribing. I know you hear a lot of YouTubers say that all the time, and it gets annoying to hear them say it all the time when you're watching all their videos and they're constantly saying like and subscribe, but it really helps more than you think. I'm trying to get to 100,000 subscribers. My channel's had some ups and downs the last year and a half or so, but I'm back stronger than ever. My channel's growing pretty decent lately. But I would like to get that 100,000 subscriber goal so I can get that silver YouTube plaque. It'd be pretty sweet. I wonder what's rattling. See, and you don't see homeless. You don't see garbage out on the street. Like, it just looks beautiful. It looks like it looks like a theme park. You know what I mean? It reminds me of like when I went to the Epcot Center down in Florida, where they had different sections that was modeled to look like different countries and stuff. And it also reminds me of the Nellis Dutch Village up in Holland, Michigan, that I went up there. They have a windmill up there too. They call it Windmill Gardens. It was the Swan Windmill from North Brabant province. It's a windmill from the 1600s. It's the oldest authentic Dutch windmill in the United States, actually. And it still works. They make flour in grain and stuff like that, and sell it there at the Windmill Gardens Park. But they have a lot of buildings and stuff like that build up to look just like the Netherlands. So if that's something you're interested in, go check that out on my channel. It was really cool. And a lot of the comments, a lot of people said that it looked just like I was in the Netherlands, for the most part. But that's the only time you see stuff around here that's that nice, is like when it's built up for like an attraction. You know what I mean? Yeah, so this bike path right here, you see how it's like right there by the highway? That's kind of like the one that they have here that runs from Rochester, Indiana down to, I think it goes all the way down to Kokomo, Indiana. And it follows along the highway kind of like that. At some points you can see it from the highway, and then other points it's behind like the trees and stuff. But it looks kind of like this. It's just like a gray asphalt. But you don't see a lot of bike paths around too much. It's not a common thing to just have like bikeable cities like it is in the Netherlands. So those look like regular shingles, like what oh, never mind. I can see the light hitting it. Yeah, I guess it's just the color of regular shingles. So are these just like townhouses? They all look the same. That's one thing I don't like, is areas where everything looks the same. Like this right here isn't my favorite part. Every house looks almost identical. Could you imagine getting real drunk and then trying to find your way home? Getting confused, like, which house is mine? I mean, there's so many of them that look the same. It looks like there is slight deviations in some of them, the way that the windows come out there in the front, but for the most part, I could see how that could get really confusing. Yeah, those had to have all been built at the same time. Really big houses, though. What flag was that? Did I not go back far enough, or too far? Hold on. I missed it again. It's got blue and white stripes, and it looks like the red tulips from the Frisian flag, but this is nowhere near Friesland. Huh. And it's an odd shape of a flag, too. So this must be like a nice, just like a nice residential community here. But it's still pretty close to the city center, though. I mean, it didn't take him long to get here at all. Like the suburbs. There's a drainage ditch. Still haven't seen a proper canal, though. But of course, you know, with it being on the right-hand side of the Netherlands, close to Germany, I didn't expect to see any, you know, anyways. I think the closer you get to the North Sea, where you get more canals. Yeah, all those houses look the same. I don't care for that as much. I mean, it looks like a nice house. It'd be great to live in one, but maybe they're apartments. I wonder if it's a full house that like one family owns, or if it's apartments like where one family has the bottom floor and the other family has the top floor. There's a willow tree. Is there water by it? Yeah, there is. Yeah, most of the time I see willow trees, it's close to water. And that wasn't a regular canal, was it? That was just like a river? Or like a stream? Vest. I wonder what that is. My last name's Vest, but it doesn't have the E at the end. Actually, I think it used to. I was looking at my family tree, and I think it used to have the E at the end, and it got changed down the line. So is this? I don't know which direction we're facing. I guess with the way the shadows are going, I would feel like we're facing east. So is that the morning sun? Or the evening sun? But I feel like it's the morning sun. I don't know why. It just feels more morning. Gotta move, people. He's gonna run you over. What is that massive hill there for? Is that natural? You guys probably think it's a mountain, huh? Because it's so flat over there. But again, this is also like the far east side of the Netherlands, so it probably is a little bit less flat than the west. Okay, we're coming up on another community area, it looks like. There's that waterway. Yeah, that's definitely not a full canal. Okay, that one's it. This one's it here. This is the one he went across earlier. That could be a canal. The sides are up pretty steep. I bet that is man-made. Sorry if I'm boring you with my commentary, guys. I'm not the greatest commentator. Where should I do a virtual driving tour next? Huh? What country? What city? Let me know, guys. And I do skim through the comments. I know it doesn't seem like it. I don't reply to a lot of them, but I do. And sometimes I feel bad replying to a comment, because I get thousands of comments. Especially when I'm doing like 2 or 3 videos a day, right? So when I got like 200 comments on a video and I replied to 1 or 2 of them, I feel bad that the other people don't get a reply. Because I'm like, okay, well, if I reply to these couple people, then the other people are going to be like, oh, well, is he ignoring my comment? Is he not caring about me too? You know, I don't want to single anybody out and show one person more than the other. So it just makes it hard to pick and choose which comments. You know what I mean? And then when I go on my YouTube Studio dashboard thing and hit the comments, then it's got comments from just just a bunch of random videos. Whatever comments are coming in more recently is at the top. So it probably looks like I skip over a lot of comments, which I probably don't see them all. I mean, there's so many of them, but I try my best to read through them and see what people are responding and stuff, just so you know. But at certain points, I get a comment every couple minutes across my whole channel. You know, I've had over 10 million views total. Okay, so that was that. Let me see what some of these comments on this. Oh, there is no comments. Okay. Well, this has 666 subscribers. I'm going to go ahead and hit subscribe so it's not an evil number anymore. I'm going to hit like on the video because I liked it. And yeah, that was pretty cool. Let me know what you guys want me, what you want me to see me do next. Like what other cities and countries do you want to see, like driving, like virtual driving tours and stuff. And yeah, shout out to you for the priority request. I believe your name was Mark. Yes, Mark, the Dutch human. Very appreciated. And you guys have a super fun, awesome day, and I'll catch you in the next one. All right, take care. Bye.